Are you feeling pulled in opposite directions, unsure of where to start your health and wellness journey? Sister leader, what if I told you that there are six yet powerful pillars that can help you create a healthy, thriving, and fulfilling life? Today, I'm breaking down the six pillars of wellness and sharing how they can help you transform your life one step at a time. Welcome to the first episode of the Inspired Well Minded Woman podcast. I'm Dr. Denise, your wellness mindset and resilience coach. And sister leader, I'm here to guide you on a journey toward living a healthy, thriving, and more fulfilling life through the six pillars of wellness. These pillars are the foundation of a wellness journey that doesn't have to feel overwhelming or out of reach. Throughout this series, I'll be diving deep into each of these pillars, sharing practical tips and personal stories to help you reclaim your sense of well being and balance. So, let's start by understanding what these pillars are and why they're so important. The six pillars of wellness that I focus on are physical wellness, emotional wellness, relationship, spiritual, financial wellness, and environmental wellness. Each of these areas plays a crucial role in how you feel every day. When one of these pillars are out of balance, it can create a domino effect impacting other areas of our lives. Think of these pillars like legs on a table. If one leg is shaky, the whole table is unsteady. And if you've ever eaten or sat down to eat at a table and the table was unsteady, you know that's an uncomfortable thing. And the first thing you do is try to find something that's more steady and balanced. So you think about it that way. When one of them is off balance, it affects everything. So when we focus on all of these six pillars, we create a strong, stable foundation for your wellness journey. This holistic approach helps you to achieve a healthy, thriving, and fulfilling life. So let's look at this. Let's look at it like this, sister leader. Life can feel like you're being pulled in opposite directions. You might be thriving in your career, in your business, or keeping up with your family responsibilities, but deep down, you know that something is missing and it's eroding your confidence. Yes, I said it. I'm going to say it again. Deep down, there's something missing and it's eroding your confidence. You feel stressed, overwhelmed, and like you're constantly putting yourself on the back burner. It's a struggle to find time for yourself, and the idea of true balance and fulfillment feels out of reach. So, what do? Instead, you suffer in silence. Well, I've been there, and there was a time when I was focused heavily on my career when I left the workforce and went full time into entrepreneurship and working on my business, building my business. I neglected my wellness, thinking that if I succeeded professionally, that everything else would fall into place. But instead, I too felt stressed, like I'd never felt stressed before. I felt less confident and even more exhausted than ever. Now, think about it. Maybe you've experienced this, or maybe you know someone who has always been a confident person, always energetic, and then something happens, you don't know what, or maybe this is you, and your energy is, you have no energy now. You're always exhausted and fatigued. And yes, you appear to be confident in public and in the face of others, but it's almost like a mask because you know that the suffering in silence makes you feel like you're drowning on the inside and you don't know how to fix it. But it's your life and it's you doing it to yourself, which is how I started focusing in my own life with these six pillars of wellness. And these are the six pillars of wellness that I help other women and I guide them on to help them prioritize themselves and get fully present in their lives now. So it wasn't until I discovered that these six pillars of wellness that I started to create a life that felt truly fulfilling. Because I can tell you, all the sacrifices on financial pursuits and building business, yeah, that has its rewards, but that wasn't where the fulfillment was. So let me ask you this. Has there ever been a time when you felt completely pulled in opposite directions, trying to juggle everything on your own? Well, if you're a strong woman, like I know you are if you're on this podcast, is you are a strong woman. And one of the things about being a strong woman is we feel that in order for things to get done right, we have to do it ourselves. So maybe you were giving it all to your work or your family, or even both, but somehow it felt like something was yet missing. And it's kind of hard to put your finger on what that is. So, well, there is a time in my life when I felt the exact same way. And as I mentioned a moment ago, it was when I went full force into entrepreneurship, building my business. I was at every networking event, I was sitting on committees, I was public speaking at organizations and doing whatever I could to get in front of my prospective client. And then, what I had always worked out in my life and taking good care of myself. My previous professions, it was almost like a requirement if you wanted to be and um, taken seriously and seen as professional in those career paths that I previously had. And so I figured that I had already um, taken so good care of myself throughout the years that it was okay if I had just ignored my physical well being for a while and just push, grind and grind to build business. And after all, that's what everybody else around me who was either still had a full time and working on their business on the side, or maybe they were full-time entrepreneurs, or maybe some of them already had established businesses and they were still constantly on the go. The small business CEOs that I would come in contact with, they were always on the go as well, because we will all be at the same functions and networking events, and we would sit on similar committees and what have you. And so I know it was like a sprint to the financial finish line, but it was at a cost. It was at a cost to your own well-being. It was at cost to my well-being when I did the exact same thing. And because everybody else that I had met was doing it, I did it. I felt that I was doing the right thing to build and establish a strong consulting practice at that time until things took a change in a different direction. And so, what I learned in that process is no matter what you are trying to accomplish in life, whether it's career, it's relationship, or maybe it's a journey to some type of new adventure, right? That no matter where you are in life, you always show up. And you can either show up as your best self, your stressed out self, or just going with the flow. And I can tell you from experience that you want to show up as your best self, because when you're stressed, as you probably well know, it wears on you mentally, physically. And let's not throw financial stress in there, right? Because that can just tip the whole ship over. And so you want to show up as your best self. And that is what that has taught me to do. So And so, what I want you to be aware of is that you can start making a different choice for yourself because there are solutions out there for you when you decide to make yourself a priority in your life. You don't have to figure it out on your own, like so many of us try to do. And then we get frustrated and give up because it's not going as well and we don't have the support nor the right type of accountability. And we don't always have, it doesn't seem like we have the luxury to lean on or go to those that we support to help support us. But I want you to know that I'm here for you because I've been where you are and I'm still on the journey. It is a lifestyle for me. So you don't have to figure it out on your own. And I want to assure you that you are never too old to start valuing yourself and honoring yourself. Sometimes we get in our head if we're north of 40, you're 40 years old or more, that, oh, it doesn't matter because I'm too old. Oh, it doesn't matter because, eh, you know, I'm on the other side of life. Wrong. Stop doing that to yourself. It gets me, it just grinds my gears when I hear a woman say, oh, well, I'm 40, I'm old now, or oh, it doesn't matter because I'm over 40, or I'm almost 50, or I'm 60, so who cares? You care. You should care. Never mind what anybody else thinks. It's about what you think about yourself and about where you are in this life and how it can improve. You, as long as you are still here, you should want a better quality of life. And only you can give that to yourself. So you're not too old. And right now is a good time to start valuing and honoring yourself a lot more. The six pillars of wellness gives you a roadmap to start focusing on what matters most to you in this chapter of your life. It's not about where you were 20 years ago, 15 years ago. It's not about where you want to be 10, 15 years from now. It's about where you are now, because where you are now and what you do right now in your life will impact where you will be in the future, will impact and influence who you are in the future. Everybody wants to live their best life. Everybody wants to live this best life from the outside, looking better and dressing better and having more adventure and experience in life. But I will guarantee you this, that living your best life, valuing yourself, honoring yourself more starts from the inside out. You have to be your best self in order to enjoy and live your best life. And these six pillars of wellness is a roadmap to help you navigate the right path for you and for you to gain support on your journey. You're not alone. Like I said, I'm here with you. I've been on this journey for a while and I'm going to continue it as long as I have life. And I hope you feel the same way about yourself. So I want to challenge you today to take a moment for yourself and assess where you are right now in these six pillars of wellness. You can do that by taking the free Well Minded Life self assessment that I created. It's just a few questions that you have to answer in for each of the pillars, and you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 for each area. Which pillar feels the strongest, and which one feels like you need a little bit more attention. And which area you may say, oh my God, I need some emergency help right now. You may feel better of charting the course and conquering your wellness journey with some support. So I encourage you to go ahead and take the free Well Minded Life self assessment. I'll leave the link below so you can go ahead and get access to that and just see where you are. And I can tell you right now, there's no right or wrong answer. It's just your truth. That's the beauty of a self assessment. It's simply your truth. Okay. When I created the self assessment, and I even took the self assessment for myself, and what I found interesting in full transparency here was even in the areas that I felt that I was a 9 and 10, just doing really well. When I sat down and I really took time to do the self assessment, the areas in which I would have scored myself higher was actually lower because I had to get out of my mind and where I thought I was and answer the questions in reality and in truth of my own life. And I realized that, wow, because I may have allowed one area to slip, it really affected another area. Remember that example I gave earlier with the table with the shaky leg? Well, it was like that. There was an imbalance. And I just encourage you to be honest with yourself because you have the power to make the changes that are necessary so you can be more you can have a more fulfilling life. So there's no right or wrong, it's just your truth. I want to make sure you understand that before you say, oh, not another self assessment. Well, you can't measure what you can't change or understand growth with what you don't measure. And you have to know where you are. You have to locate yourself in order to be empowered to do something about it. And that's all this is. Okay. So it's a simple exercise that will help you get clear on where you need to focus your energy first. Remember, it's about progress, not perfection. See, perfection to have you getting caught up focusing on one single pillar. And for many people that I have found, that I have met and guided on their wellness journey, is that we're so focused on financial wellness, financial wellness. Oh, we got to make more money. Oh, we got to do this with money. Oh, we have to be able to do this and that and the other. And let me tell you something, it causes so much stress when that is a single focus, so many other things sacrifice in how you treat yourself, the types of relationships that you have, the quality of those relationships, how you show up for yourself in life. And it can just outright wear you out when we are single focused on finances. The other detriment that I have found is that once we are of a certain age, or maybe I shouldn't even say of a certain age, is that we only focus on physical wellness once you get to a certain age, when you have a negative report for the doctor. Remember, I told you I have exercised for most of my life, from athlete to my career path, of being in the Marine Corps and being in law enforcement. You know, if you want to be taken seriously and seen as a professional, you have to be in shape and fit to do those jobs well. And so, even me having sacrificed my physical well-being in pursuit of entrepreneurship and more financial gain and success, I let my physical wellness go, and it impacted me mentally, physically, emotionally, in my environment. So do believe it has a domino effect in other areas. And so just because I showed up perfectly in my pursuit of business and in my profession, other areas were sacrificing. And because externally it looks like one has it all together, it looks like you have it all together, or someone next to you has it all together. That's not necessarily true, because all the other legs on that table could be faulty, and it's just a matter of time. So focus on progress, not perfection, and not putting on a face or a facade to seem like you're okay. All right. So, Sister Leader, I'd love to hear from you and your reflections and how you rated yourself. I want you to use the hashtag well-minded leader and leave a comment below on what you have found after you took the assessment. And let's support each other in this journey. I want you to be bold about taking the assessment. bold about sharing your reflections and your findings, because it's only when we can share with other sister leaders, with other strong women who are working towards getting it together and really taking their wellness journey seriously, that we can get the support, the accountability, and the community that we need to elevate ourselves. I can't encourage you if I don't know what you need. I can't support you if you don't share and speak up. So I'm here to help you with that. With each pillar is your strongest, and which one is the one that you want to work on next. Share that, and let's start this journey and continue on this journey together. If you've never been on a wellness journey, then let's start it together. If you're on it and you want to improve and enhance your journey, let's do it. Now, if you're ready to own your wellness journey and take control of your health, de-stress your life, and feel more confident, then I invite you to join me on the Step into Your Best Self 30-day Walk to Wellness waitlist. You want to get on the waitlist. This isn't just a challenge, it's a step towards reclaiming your health and fitness. Whether your goal is to reduce stress, gain energy, or to kickstart your weight loss journey, this 30-day experience is designed to help you take real, lasting steps forward. So secure your spot on the wait list, and let's take our wellness to the next level together. I'll also leave that link in the show notes below. So, Sister Leader, I want you to know that you are worthy and capable of living a life full of harmony, joy, and strength. Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's not about being perfect. It's about taking small steps toward a more balanced life, getting back to you. So I'm honored to walk this journey with you. And as we continue to prioritize our wellness, let's soar higher together. That's all for today, Sister Leader. Join me next week for the next episode of the Inspired Well Minded Woman podcast.